They were never meant to move. They were never meant to breathe. And yet some of them do. Most people think haunted dolls are just Hollywood inventions. Cheap jump scares, cracked porcelain faces, eyes that follow you across the room. But some dolls were never written for film. Some were locked away, and some are still watching. In a quiet, temperature-controlled room once maintained by paranormal investigators Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren, there sits a doll behind consecrated glass. Her name is Annabelle, not the porcelain monster from the movies. The real one is simpler. Cloth body, yarn, hair, childlike face, which somehow makes it worse. The Warrens claimed the doll was never possessed by a child's spirit, as many believed, but manipulated by something inhuman, something pretending. It was said the activity began small. Notes written in pencil on parchment paper that didn't exist in the house. Help me. Then objects moved. Then scratches appeared. And then the doll began changing positions. Subtly at first, then deliberately. A priest reportedly dismissed the threat, mocking the idea of a toy holding power. On his drive home, he nearly died in a violent crash. Coincidence? Maybe. But the doll was locked away in a blessed case for a reason. A warning taped to the glass. Positively do not open. Because sometimes the danger isn't the object. It's what attaches itself to belief. But Annabelle is not alone. Across the ocean, in Fort East Martello Museum, another doll sits upright in a sailor suit. His name is Robert the doll. Unlike Annabelle, Robert doesn't hide behind religious warnings. He watches. Visitors claim his expression changes, that his eyes follow them. Museum staff say letters arrive weekly, apologies from tourists who disrespected him. Some claim they took his photograph without asking permission. Afterward, jobs were lost, marriages collapsed, accidents happened. So now, people stand before him and politely ask, "Robert, may I take your photo?" And sometimes in the photographs his position changes. His posture shifts. His small stuffed lion moves. Museum guides insist they never touch him, which raises a question no one wants answered. If no one moves him, who does? Skeptics argue this is mass hysteria. Pattern recognition. The human brain is wired to connect dots even when there is no line. But history is full of objects that carry stories too heavy to ignore. In July 2025, an independent paranormal investigator named Dan Rivera was found dead in his apartment. No signs of forced entry, no struggle. His final social media post, a teaser about an upcoming deep investigation into cursed objects that shouldn't be displayed. Authorities ruled it inconclusive. Online forums drew their own conclusions. Was it stress? Was it coincidence? Or did he look too closely at something that prefers to remain behind glass? No one can prove a connection, but fear doesn't need proof. It only needs possibility. Here's what makes haunted dolls terrifying. Not movement, not glowing eyes. It's imitation. Dolls are built in our image. They resemble children. They reflect innocence. When something unnatural occupies something familiar, the mind fractures. You expect warmth. You receive silence. You expect stillness. You get awareness. Psychologists call it the uncanny valley when something looks almost human but not quite. The discomfort triggers survival instincts. But what if the fear isn't evolutionary? What if it's memory? Because nearly every culture has legends of vessels, objects that can be inhabited, idols, masks, effigies, things that invite attention, things that hold it. And once attention is given, it rarely leaves. The most disturbing detail isn't about movement, it's about attachment. Many alleged haunted objects share one pattern. The activity increases when someone mocks them, when someone challenges them, when someone says, "This is just a doll." Perhaps belief empowers the story, or perhaps ridicule invites response. After all, if something wanted influence, wouldn't it prefer to be underestimated? Late at night, security cameras have captured strange anomalies around display cases containing allegedly haunted objects, static bursts, momentary distortions, shadows that don't match. Experts say it's electrical interference, old wiring, camera glitches. They're probably right, probably. But if you stood alone in a dark room with one of these dolls, and you heard fabric shift slightly in the silence, would logic come to your rescue, or would something old arise in your chest, something primal, something whispering, "Don't turn your back"? Here's the truth beyond the films. No doll has ever been scientifically proven to move on its own. No curse has been legally confirmed. No entity has signed its name, but thousands of people continue to report experiences, and fear is one of the most contagious forces in the world. Maybe haunted dolls are just stories. Maybe they are psychological mirrors reflecting our anxiety. Or maybe they are containers, and containers are meant to hold things. The only question is, what happens when the container cracks? And if one of these dolls were placed in front of you right now, would you laugh or would you ask permission first? Because sometimes, the most dangerous thing in the room is the thing pretending to be harmless, and somewhere behind glass-stitched smile, unmoving, something is waiting. Not to move, not to speak, just to be acknowledged. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.